think the last silent run we had, we did a boss relic swap and got the bird cage. We removed a strike and defend and ended up with a very thin deck going into the Hexaghost fight, I believe it was. There's some decent paths here into three elites, if we want to take them. Our options are transform a card, get some max HP, or take some damage to remove 2 cards. We're not doing any of that. No. Doing the boss relic swap because I'm addicted. I can't stop. It's so good on the silent. Let's see what we get. Oh, traded in our Ring of the Snake for a cursed key. So we will start with 4 energy going into... I'm going to shoot for this 3 elite path. Especially with the 4th energy. I think one of my bad habits in Slay the Spire is pressing the E key. I notice that a lot of other people don't do that. They'll actually go over here and press N turn every time. And I tend to go too quickly and miss things as a result of pressing the E too much. Ew. Sure. We'll take 3 combats here. Oh my god. This is actually really bad. I don't think we can afford to remove a strike here. We'll do it anyway. This may be an early death. We'll see. I actually wasn't paying that close of attention. Was that 18 damage we took just from events alone? We are going against the Jawworm after having removed one of our strikes, and we have no additional damage in this deck, but we do have backflip on 4 energies, so we'll see. It went well. A leg sweep? We need damage. Like, we so need damage. If we don't get damage here, we'll have to not fight this elite. Kind of is what it is. And we need a big damage card, like a Predator or something to that effect. Poison Stab is fine. We'll not do that 3rd elite then. So Poison Stab is not particularly good against the slime boss. Okay. Ouch. I mean, basically, this deck is rushing towards a death at a Gremlin Knob at this point. It's slow, it's filled with skills. Sometimes that's just what happens. Pick up a speed potion. More junk. At this point, I think we're forced to take the meme stab, even though I really don't like it. a lantern, which really doesn't help us. This is not going well. We actually take damage. Meme stab, not even once. Oh no, actually once, because it's our only damage. I was meant to hit that sentry. What the heck are Dane bucks? You haven't heard of Dane bucks? Dane bucks are a thing that Twitch implemented. There's channel points. You earn them for free, and over time you can cash in your channel points for I don't know. You can unlock an emote, you can modify an emote, you can highlight your message in chat. There's a bunch of things that you can do. It's kind of fun if you're into you know, fun or whatever. Yeah, it's like solidly okay. I was looking at that earlier today when I was at work, trying to figure out like what I could actually do with them, and I didn't come to a lot of conclusions. They haven't made it super easy, at least from what I can tell, to modify. Oh yeah, Gremlin Knob. We die to you? Maybe? Sometimes? Yo, highlight my message. Yeah, I was thinking about, there's like, I don't know, it's weird because as the streamer you can set the point values that things are worth, and I don't know. But I was thinking maybe you could do different like messages highlighted different colors, but I don't think they'll let you do that. So I'm not really sure what the purpose is of the channel points at this point. It's confusing. Like maybe if you had the ability to, you know, make my message upside down or backwards or something like that, that could be interesting. But you can't. So I don't really know. I need to look into it more. I could very easily just be missing something too. Get a meme stab. Okay, you split at 75. You're currently at 95. We can do 20 damage to you. Skewer, please. Skewer still good? Okay. how's the grad school stuff going? It's okay. I'm actually kind of like depressed isn't the right word, but I'm kind of very much not looking forward to my next quarter. I have maybe bit off more than I can chew, but time's gonna tell on that one. 22. No, it's 14. So yeah, it kind of comes down to like how the classes actually play out, and that'll determine my happiness level. It's just kind of is the way it is with that stuff, you know. So we'll see. But yeah, no, it's okay. I'm not really. The other issue is I'm not really excited for any of it, and it would be different if, you know, you felt like you're doing it for a reason. But I think after you've done that, I don't know, unless you're super passionate about the information, I think it just wears people out over time. Kind of part of the game. Let's see here. You're on 28. We're on 28, right? Holy moly. Baylor Lord. Dude, thank you so much for the host. Hope your FTL stuff was good. Been watching you play that the last few days, and it's been a time. Yo, waffles in the chat, my friend, from my friend Baylor Lord. It's a good time to be playing FTL since it's the free game of the day on the Epic Game Store. If you guys haven't checked that out or are not in the know, you can go pick up FTL Advanced Edition for free. Oh yeah, it was Grifflands today. That's right. I was watching you do that. I've watched someone else play that. It's like a debate simulator or something. Like what do you call Grifflands? I watched somebody play it one time and I didn't quite get it. It's a card. It's like a deck building thing, but you're debating people. Anyway, take a burst here. Talk to people and murder simulate. Cool. Yeah, there was a time where I was watching Dolphin Chemist stream some FTL, and I'm like, that looks easy. I could do that. And so I reinstalled it like within the last year. It's not as easy as it looked. It did not go well. I think I did a run or two, and it was a quick uninstall. We do the pyramid here because I love pyramid, and we're on 4 energy already. Like, why not? FTL stream when, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. When and if I ever hit Twitch partner, I can do an FTL stream. I feel like, you know, FTL is on iPad. I think it's iPad only. You can't get it on like in the App Store. Yeah, it has to be on iPad. So it seems like a good iPad game. I think. We'll see. It seems kind of dangerous though. Like you could You could lay down like, oh, I'm just gonna do a quick game of FTL before bed. No, it is not a quick game of FTL. I like that a lot. Streamers lie to me about how easy games are. What, you know, the thing that you don't see though is the Steam account that has thousands of hours on it. I mean, a lot of things are easy after thousands of, oh, I meant to take concentrate there. After thousands of hours. I have that same experience with like battle royale games where like, oh man, it seems like it's going to be so good, and I'm just going to jump in, kill some people, and then I'll get killed and it'll be fun. No, dude, I just drop in and die every single time. But everybody else looks like they're having a great time. You just point at the guy and click. It's so easy. It's not that easy. Look, we're going right towards the shop. We're taking the warp tongs. Immediately punished. Wait, we gotta do this first. Look at that synergy too. Synergy with the Centennial puzzle. Never know, maybe we just keep it around. I kind of hate that though. Burst coming up. That's it. 12. So Poison Stab gets this one killed next turn. Do this. I just saw the comment about Baylor making ladder streaks easy. I have many thoughts on that. And I completely agree. I was like, oh, I could do that. Just jump into place and slay the Spire. Meanwhile, sitting here struggling to get past Act 2. Feels bad, man. Dodge and roll. We don't have any dexterity yet, but it is upgraded. I like it upgraded. Okay, before we snap pick remove the pain. This is a Noxious Fumes. I don't think I'm going to take it over removing pain though. The other thing that boggles my mind about like other people who stream Slay the Spire who have many more hours than I do is how quickly they're able to go through the runs. And part of that is just I get distracted and like talking to people. But, you know, part of that is just like they just know what to do sometimes. And I have to sit there and think it out. It's not that experienced yet. Baylor's ladder streak is rude. That is the new hot take. How dare you, sir? I'm actually trying to decide on my my next emote, exactly what I want it to be. I like the lull emotes. I think maybe I want a heart one, but I can't decide. It's too difficult. When you've only got, you know, a couple emotes, you want to make sure they're good. It's a lot of pressure I'm putting on myself for no real reason in particular. $27 wall week, my dude. Hiya, Janky. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's see, I forgot what path I was on, actually. I think we're going this way into the champ fight. Up a cultist potion into junk. All right. I've got an idea for Eviscerate. I think it should work like blood for blood. I think that's all that I should really have to say about it. Maybe you have to adjust the cost to be like 4. Maybe just keep it at 3. But it should say costs 1 less energy for each card discarded this encounter, or whatever blood for blood says there. As is, it's still a curse. Like, they've changed it twice now, I think, and nobody ever takes it. Still. Meme stab actually doing something. Nice. You think it'd be too OP? I don't know, man. It's just so bad as it is, though. You know? Like, I just feel like they have to do something to make it takeable. You know? I don't want to sit here and just call it hot garbage, but it kind of is. Okay, so we have Burst Piercing Wail for next turn. Burst Piercing Wail Leg Sweep. Oh, never mind. We killed that guy. Nice. And the downside is we're not dumping our hand as quickly as we need to actually get the poison on the Gremlin Leader, making that Noxious Fumes look real good right now. Yikes. So we want a skewer for 1. Actually gonna get rid of well-laid plans. Don't have to look at it anymore. Ah, we're getting attacked. Still 15 damage. We could leg sweep, but then like we die next turn, I think, to the Gremlin Wizard. Might have to do our Distilled Chaos here just for some damage kind of getting thrown out. But we should play our defense first. I also want a Bouncing Flask, though. Okay, well, if I'm committed to the Distilled Chaos, like, we can leg sweep here and take 0. And we probably get some damage coming through, but we need poison to go through this block. I don't know. I create my own emotes. I did not. I wish I could have. I spent some time trying to, but there's a reason why I'm in the sciences. And that reason is because I am so bad at art things. So no, my what do you call it? Subscriber icon, I had somebody do, and then I went through and just changed the color of them all, basically. And then the emotes themselves, let's see, this is 27. The emotes themselves, my girlfriend has a friend on Instagram that also does art, and she just did all the emotes for me. So it was her first time doing Twitch emotes, and they turned out pretty good. I am pleased. For the next set of emotes, though, I'm looking to kind of capture a lot of those classic emotes. Like I said earlier, the heart ones, or tiny chest. I'm going to trade in tiny chest for our sapphire key. I'm not a fan. The path that I'm planning on taking does not have any events, and we will not have our emerald key piece unless I decide to go that way. After this, yes. So we'll see how that goes. The next round of emotes, I think I forgot to say, I'm actually having my girlfriend do, so that is exciting. We'll see how that goes. Probably kill him in a couple turns. Snecko Runic Pyramid scares me a lot, so I just want to get through this as quickly as we can. Sweet. Clean fights. Chance at a second leg sweep. Who's our boss? Champ's our boss? Here. Taking a lot of expensive cards, which is its own form of spook. Sleepy Fox, thank you so much for the follow. I think we will take the campfires here. We for sure want to get our Wraith form upgraded. More so than basically anything else. An RGTV, thank you so much for the follow as well. $18.25. Cards, please. Got ink bottle to go. You're being made vulnerable for next turn, and we have no way to kill the backslaver. Like, first bouncing flask, dodge and roll. We'll draw a card somewhere in there. We'll have 12 block for next turn plus a piercing whale. We're going to get hit for a lot, though. We could also hang on to Burst Piercing Whale for next turn. That does not help us on the subsequent turn, though. That could be good. So we block for 14. We take quite a lot of damage here, though. We go with this. You just got Slay the Spire. Well, let me tell you. I may be slightly biased, but it is money well spent. It's a fantastic game. Okay, so we have Wraith Form. I would like to save Wraith Form for a turn or two if we can. We have really good block this turn. You are dead. This Slaver's dead next turn. He's going to take 11 damage this turn, then 10 next turn. So, don't really want to attack him, though that is the bulk of the damage that's coming in. You sound very much like myself. I never got into the main Hearthstone experience, but I did very much enjoy just kind of messing around, having a good time in the solo adventures. That was my jam as well. I tried the PvP stuff in Hearthstone, and I don't know. The thing that I like about this that is different from Hearthstone is there's no rope. There's nothing like pressuring me to end my turn as quickly as I can. Which I kind of need. I tend to get distracted and ramble about just nonsense, really. Oh, that too. Ranked has become, or it maybe has always been, tilted to those who pay, and you know it makes sense. They got to make money, but man, the cost creep on a lot of those decks is. Let's see. Yikes. These wounds. So with Runic Pyramid, the wounds do not go away. We basically have to win with what we have here. Nice. Chance at a bottled tornado. So a Caltrops. Let's see. We have Wraith Form. I don't know if we like always need to start with Wraith Form in our hand though. We will skip the bottled tornado. Take a quick snooze before going off to our last floor fight. Good old 8 times 3. Should have played that defend. I swear we have poison in this deck. I'm almost certain of it. Okay. What am I doing? We have to find 18 block. So we have the kill here, but we can prep Ink Bottle. We'll put it on 9 right before the boss, so that way after we play our first card against the boss, we'll draw a card right away. Skip all that stuff. So how do we beat Champ? We beat Champ with Poison and maybe this Cultist Potion. We do not have a Catalyst. We also don't have a lot of attacks for the Cultist Potion, but Skewer could maybe do something. Hmm. Take an upgrade here. I think we want to upgrade one of our Bouncing Flasks or Skewer. Caw. Okay. Is a mean turn, my dude. Makes us frail and vulnerable on turn 1. Turn 2, you're hitting us for 20 while weak. We honestly don't have a lot of answers for that. Okay. Champ beat you twice? Yeah, Champ is definitely a bully. The key with Champ, more so than maybe the other bosses, and maybe this makes sense, but the basic mechanic of Champ is he's applying all these debuffs, and then once Champ is below half HP, he'll remove all of his debuffs and then gain a bunch of strength on top of that. So the idea is to set up either your plus strength or plus poison to then where you tip him over purposely. You do a large amount of burst damage or burst poison or whatever you can just below half HP. And then once he's below half HP, he'll then take the next turn to remove all those debuffs. So you have like 2 turns to basically do a ton of damage to him, as much as you can. And then hopefully kill him after that. Because otherwise you're getting trucked for like 66 damage right after he's below half, so... Warped Tongues is not hitting our defense. Maybe that's a good thing. So Champ is actually being kind of interesting. He spent the entire fight just debuffing us so far. I think this turn's different, but so far, not done any plus strength or metallicized buffs to himself. Okay, so you split it 220. You have 41 damage to go. We will just dump that and go to next turn. Okay. So we're getting debuffed again, but you'll see that the poison is going to dip him below half HP here. So we want to do as much damage as we can or apply as much poison as we can, which is sadly not very much. The Predator doesn't even get through the block at this point. Okay. Unfortunately, we were made weak there. We can just skewer, which is okay. We have leg sweep for next turn, so we could also choose to neutralize for damage. Predator is just less damage than Skewer, and we're not playing 5 cards this turn, so... You know. Kinda be nice to get it out of the hand, though. We're probably killing Champ with poison. I'm gonna play Predator just to dump it from the hand. It is, like I said, it's 1 less damage, so it's not that much less. Is there a rhyme or reason to Chance deciding to buff himself? No, I think it's just the odds. Like I forget from the spreadsheet. If Baylor's here, he'll know. He knows all. But I think it's basically Champ taking coin flips the entire time on whether he's buffing or debuffing. As you saw, like he was applying vulnerable while we were still vulnerable. I think. So yeah, it is kind of interesting. But I think we live here. We can burst, leg sweep, piercing whale. We are not applying any poison though. Oh, you can absolutely post the link. I have it myself. If you don't have it ready. There you go. Terrence is not here to beat you out. We also kind of want burst for the bouncing flask, so we could wraith form, defend here, and then do burst. You burst bouncing flask next turn. That's not that much poison though. Well, if we play this defend, there's actually. Oh no, it might hit meme stab. Poison stab, or excuse me, bouncing flask has a decent chance to get hit by warp tongs, which would be nice. Yeah, burst whale is not quite enough, so it's minus 16 strength. So that for sure gets us killed. I think we win with Wraith form. I'd hit defend. Yeah, now the issue is like entirely dumping stuff from our hand. We'll take a whole 1 damage here to get as much poison out as we can. Yikes. Nice. Good fight, Mr. Champ. Chance at a second burst, which is kind of interesting. We do have many things to burst. From defends to poisons. Oh my. I think I like it. We're still looking for something like a Corpse Explosion, Noxious Fumes, Crippling Clouds, all those usual suspects that are in these kinds of, well, obviously the Catalyst too, that is in these kind of poison wraith form decks that tend to go the distance. So we're on 4 energy already. I think I like the Astrolabe here. We already have the Runic Pyramid, Cursed Key. I don't trust myself with the Coffee Dripper. We don't have anything like an Eternal Feather or like a meal ticket or something like that to give us the HP back that we need. Small House is... well, I won't say anything. It has a large fan base. Small House is there. We'll do the Astrolabe. Get rid of both of these strikes and... defend, I suppose. Oh, We have a new player in the chat. For all the new players, if you transform a curse, it does not transform into a useful card. It transforms into another curse. So you cannot. I feel like everyone makes that mistake once. Well-laid plans? Dude, thank you. You're right, it is well-laid plans. I'm glad I stopped to explain that. Completely forgot we had this card. Oh. Okay. Picked up an after image, a dash, and an alchemize. That's pretty good. 2 rares and a dash. We do not have our emerald key piece, so we'll have to see where our flaming elite is here. It's in an okay position. Our flaming elite is here on the left-hand side. We're forced into that path. So we'll take probably 2 combats into the shop here. We'll be on 200 and almost 50 gold or so. Going into the shop, do some things, maybe remove our curse, we'll see. Take our first event of Act 3 into another combat, Flaming Elite. So let's see here. I'm just curious. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we passed on the tiny chest for our sapphire key piece earlier in the run. So if we had not done that, it would have exactly replaced itself with another relic. We made the right choice. It's pretty awful. No. Ooh. See, those are the real strats. That I was missing out on before I started watching Baylor's stream. Perfect block to meme stab. Oh, Baylor, you're here now. I have we had an interesting thing come up earlier today. We had Champion's Belt and then we're offered Berserk. And I said, shouldn't Berserk, since you're applying vulnerability to yourself, shouldn't that make you weak? I've never tried before, but I assume it doesn't work like that. Who's our boss, by the way? Time Eater. Anyway, the run didn't go the distance, so it doesn't really matter. But it was kind of interesting. Yeah, that actually piggybacks on to what Baylor said about transforming a curse to get +6 max HP. You're adding a card to your deck. It also works with Ceramic Fish. If you transform 3 cards with Astrolabe or whatever, you do gain the gold from Ceramic Fish or anything like that for transforming a card. Yeah, Berserk won't make you weak. I'm saying it should make you weak. Let's see, you're 14, 8. And then we'll hit you. 12. 16. And fights like this are really making me wish. Not that I didn't before, but making me wish that we had a Crippling Cloud. Crippling Cloud, I mean, even the Noxious Fumes, just something to get us through would be nice. But yeah, so far I think this run it's going well. Still don't know if it has the ability to go the distance. We're missing those key pieces, but we could find them here. We are going to a shop. And of all the curses that we could possibly have, having Clumsy in our deck is not the worst thing ever. I don't know about outmaneuver. It could make for some really nice power plays with the two burst bouncing flask things. But I feel like we're missing a lot of the other pieces we'd need to actually make that work. We do have a single backflip, kind of missing like the acrobatics or something. I'm gonna skip. The shard. Concentrate would be very nice. Okay, this is not really what I was looking for, but that's fine. So again, we can just remove our curse, and that's okay. Like, remove curse plus acrobatics could be alright. Sneaky strike, not even once. Spooky Guardian. This is 24. Hold on. 12, 24, 28. I actually don't have you. Dang it. We have leg sweep. Let me see. This is 22 plus a piercing wail. You dump the meme stab there. I think I'm unwilling to even take a single point of damage in this fight, if I can prevent it. Which, I mean, the fight's basically over. Attack potion or random potion going into this Flaming Elite. I like the Gambler's Brew, though I fear that we're just going to hang on to it forever. It's basically my turn 1 insurance against a lot of the elites. The attack potion doesn't do much. Let's get rid of this. Do not want. Yeah, speed pot's better. Sweet. We're really low on relics. Pick up some tough bandages. Chance at a power potion, as well as some highly skippable junk. Tough bandages says whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block. So if we have a full hand with something like a calculated gamble, this is going to give us 3 block for every card that we've discarded. So we're looking for something like calculated gamble now for some block. Oh yeah, and Gambler's Brew. There you go. Power pot. Excuse me, transient? We did not get our early poison that we needed to deal with this fight. And I did not use my turn 1 insurance. We really only have to go like one more turn after this, and then we can just Wraith form. Thank you very much for the follow. The dash is really nice. And then we could leg sweep on top of that, but that doesn't seem very good. The alternate play to do is to Wraith form now and then stack poison to the point where 3 turns from now we take no damage just due to poison and skewer or something like that. We don't have a lot of poison up right now though, so that's kind of scary. We could also just see what we draw with dash because we have ink bottle. Witchamon, thank you very much for the follow. Spooky. Spooky, spooky turn. I think the other issue with Wraith form is if we just Wraith form here, we don't have like any room to actually draw any cards. So we do need to go one extra turn here. Puts us at 35. Sweet. So that should be the fight. What potions do I have? I have the Gambler's Brew, discard any number of cards, then draw that many. The Power Potion, use 1 of 3 random power cards, add it to your hand, it costs 0 this turn. Hit by Many Trucks and Bullock. Thank you very much for the follows as well. Yikes. We have Reptomancer with Regenerate. So the 2 daggers that are in play at the start of the fight have the Regenerate buff, but the subsequent daggers that are summoned do not. Not as much of an issue. Let's see. Reptomancer is always spooky. So let's go ahead and use our Power Potion, I think, on turn 1. Both Noxious and the Footwork are very good. Whoa, order was so bad there. Whoa. Okay. We have Gambler's Brew for next turn, because we're going to hit for a lot of damage. I know we're not. Reptomancer is being strangely kind. Not used to this type of treatment from her. Normally she hurts me. Can Deadly to kill this dagger. Or Burst Deadly. Does not make for a good next turn, though. I think the wounds that are being added to our deck are relevant. Like, we can't just sit here and take wounds into the deck if we can prevent it. Which, I mean, honestly, we don't have a lot of ways to prevent getting wounds into our deck because we don't have a lot of physical attacks. Most of our damage is from poison. Spooky. And we kind of also need like Burst Piercing Wail for next turn. Oh, Reptomancer. The ruiner of so many runs. I mean, we do have the Gambler's Brew for a large block turn as well. Really don't want to do that, though. Dude, I don't know how we ever kill this one next turn, though. But even if we take the damage this turn... Okay, that helps. That's only 15 coming in. We take 4. Okay. Looking for Burst for Piercing Wail here, I think. Ugh. So with the Gambler's Brew, we can draw 10 cards right now. That's 30 block from Tough Bandages. It's not nearly enough. We need to draw the dash, I think, to help. Dash. I don't even know. Really need Masterful Stab on 0. And Reptomancer is supposed to be doing a multi-attack this turn. So rude. Yeah, I know. We have 3 whole poison on the Reptomancer. The fight is not going well. We haven't been able to get ahead on these daggers. And I think that's like entirely because we're missing a Crippling Cloud. Like a single Crippling Cloud, we maybe could have gotten ahead on the daggers. And now we're behind. So we have the bottom left and top right one both attacking us for 50. With the Reptomancer coming in a close second with 34. I know the bottom left says 18. It's weakened. It doesn't count. Or something. So a single Piercing Wail into a 9-card draw. Then we can't kill this one. Oh, God. So we have to find 18 damage for this one. We cannot do. Well, I think it just is what it is. We do not have the means to deal with this right now. We did have Wraith Form, but it's way too early for Wraith Form. Okay. So Burst Alchemize is really interesting. If we do Burst Alchemize, we could then dash this dagger to block 14. And hopefully get a good potion. We'll also draw a card with Ink Bottle. Please, God, give me something amazing. Okay. Well, it's a lot of block that we put up. It's just not quite enough. Hey, Mr. Stismo. Welcome. You're coming in at an interesting time. I think this fight's going to go on for a while. We'll go ahead and use our regen potion too. We have no direct damage once again. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Reptomancer. This was the turn we needed. Okay. Predator's still just 20 damage. So we don't even have a kill on this front dagger. Unless we put some poison on it or something. We could roll the dice with a Bouncing Flask. Or Deadly Poison it and defend for a full block. We're still not ahead, though. Like, we're still, like, way behind. And now we've lost ways to discard the wounds. No! We're so dead. Oh my god. $14, $17. Looks like we're about to hit that old dusty trail. It could be. Full block, though. Oh my god. It's just the worst fight ever. Alright, well, you know what? At this point, we're just all in. Both these daggers are going away, and we have both bouncing flasks in our hand. If there was ever a time that this was gonna work, it's now. Just apply poison, 5 head. Wait, we don't have it? What do we... We need, like, anything... Do we play a defend first? Oh, baby. Man, nothing better as a Slay the Spire streamer when you get the premature Fs in the chat. And then you can sit here and be like, that's what you get for doubting me. It is the first and last time all you get to doubt me. No, not the spaghetti, dude. I hate the spaghetti. No faith? This must be your first time here. Well, welcome. Yeah, no kidding, right? We look pretty good. We're in a good place. Ah. Hold on. Dude, nice gold. Nice noticing. That's a funny number. I really, really don't want the parasite. I think we're fine. Okay, we're fine. Oh god, that's good. Reported for having the marijuana number on screen. Oh, I said the M word. Now my video is going to be demonetized on YouTube. Just kidding, I don't make any money on YouTube. I don't think... Well... This is most likely just a common relic. It's Potion Belt. I mean, we do have discard mechanisms in place. We did just pick up Concentrate. I just got done not taking that curse. When's the next shop? It is right here, my dude. Go ahead and recall now, say Triforce complete. On to the shop. Out a funny number. Yeah, surprise. The Writhing Mass was secretly an elite. Bad Hands. Hello to you as well. I don't think we need the Apotheosis with the Warp Tongs. We're getting most of our deck upgraded anyway, and I think we have a lot of the important stuff already upgraded. Outside of maybe like this burst. The leg sweeps would be nice too. If there was an Omamori in the chest, yes, the curse comes first, for sure. Because first key you get whenever you open the chest. So you've opened the chest to see what's inside, and then you get the curse, and then you can take Omamori. Yeah, that one. That one's for sure. Okay, so I think we want to remove Regrets. For sure. That's a lot of damage coming our way. And it's either going to be Letter Opener or the Toolbox. Like Toolbox plus a Panic Button. The really nice thing about Panic Button with an upgraded Wraith form is we can Panic Button one turn and then just Wraith form the turn after. So Panic Button, I mean, it's not a turn of intangibility, but in a sense it can be. Ornithopter is also very good with Alchemize. That's a lot of HP just sitting there. Maybe I like that more. I'm thinking about our options from the toolbox. Many of them are not particularly useful. I like toolbox a lot, especially on the silent. Early to mid game, maybe it's less useful later on. I think I've been convinced to take the Toy Ornithopter and a Panic Button. Kind of need some damage here. That's funny. Yeah, I think Toy Ornithopter gets weird with Alchemize when you're in situations like this. Like, oh, do I just use a potion to gain 5 HP and then make a new potion? It's kind of interesting that way too, though. I think I do like that because I don't value the colorless potion very highly. Bouncing Flask with this many enemies on the screen is just kind of dumb for this. Okay. Yeah, we'll get a lot of HP out of Toy Ornithopter. I think it was a good take. That is true. The Essence of Steel really doesn't do anything for us. Maybe ever? It is not. It does not spark joy. Well, now we have the problem of not being able to dump the garbage that's in our hand to get through to the good stuff. But that turn particularly went well, so. Can you burst a burst to get more bursts? Yeah, you can, but it doesn't make something like something isn't quadrupled. Or maybe that's what you're thinking happens. Doesn't quite work that way. We need to dump this garbage. Get rid. I think I tried to do that once. To burst a burst. That was so dumb. I could have waited one turn. Why do I choose to do the things that I choose to do? Wraith form is good against the spikes. It does work. I was just waiting. Don't really know why. Okay, do we want another elite? I think we do. The deck's in a pretty good place. We're going against either Giant Head. It's actually kind of scary. Giant Head or Floaty Boy. Good old surprise 45. Maybe Giant Head is the scariest there. I don't know. We'll see. Floaty Boy. Okay. I am going to use the Essence of Steel here, mostly for the heal. 21. There's a good old surprise 45. Hmm. I think we're set up pretty nicely for whichever attack comes our way. Alright. B3, you say. I think we block that pretty easily. Yeah. Bud. Okay, we're close to just being able to Wraith form and be done with the fight. Ah. Okay. Okay, my dude. Cat's playing that game where he lays down just outside of arm's reach. He wants you to want it. Yeah. I know your game. Poor guy. Oh no. The toxic egg. Hey, a blur. Blur maybe does something. Poison potion is good. My cat, your ex. He might as well be. You don't get it. I knew he was gonna do that. I knew it, little shit. As soon as I went up to him, he just starts walking away. Like, oops, sorry. Missed your chance. Okay. We'll use our skill potion just kind of for the lulls, really. I don't think there's anything we really need here. Hey, there's our poison potion we passed on. Sometimes I love this game. $23. Here. I forget which one. They have the exact same attack order? I forget. Maybe it's this guy I was meant to hit. Anyway. Good fight. I think this was our first or second encounter that we had in this act. That was interesting when it comes back around at the very end of the act as well, because it should be getting, you know, progressively more difficult. But that's okay. I don't think we want the prepared. We're doing just fine. We'll go ahead and get a smith here, though. Of all the things that we want here for an upgrade. So we're looking for things that we don't need. Or we'd prefer it if it was upgraded instead of waiting for warp tongs to upgrade it, I guess. So something like a burst would be really nice. We pretty much always want to burst 2 things on 4 energy. It may be different on the time eater fight, but we'll see. Other things, bouncing flask would be nice. Getting panic button upgraded is nice too. What is this upgrade? +10. Yeah, I feel like the upgraded panic button really does do that thing that I was talking about earlier, where like you panic button and then you can wraith form the subsequent turn, so you kind of get 4 turns of invulnerability, which is nice. But panic button sits around, so it has time to get hit by warp tongs. I don't know. I think I convinced myself I want the panic button. Oh, goodness. All right. Perfect. We'll proc Centennial Puzzle here, get a full hand for next turn. How often do I find myself upgrading Piercing Wail? Very, very rarely. If ever. The thing about unupgraded Piercing Wail on 6 strength is, I mean, it, like you kind of said, it basically does what you need it to do already without you having to do much else. So I don't really feel the need to upgrade it. It is nice on certain fights where, like you kind of saw on what's called the Darklings or whatever they're called. They do hit you for multi-attacks that are greater than 6. So it is nice in instances like that, but I mean, pretty niche instances where you actually need it upgraded. Okay. So we'll hang on to one of our Piercing Wails for when the Time Eater is buffing, to get rid of all of that plus strength. Though if we don't have to use any of our Piercing Wails, that would be ideal. They should have saved Survivor there. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I should have done this earlier. Yeah, now we're kind of in an awkward position where we need to dump our hand. I think we could almost play 9 cards this turn. Well, I think we could play 9 cards this turn. Start here, I think. Oh, that's way more awkward now. I would really like to save a Piercing Wail for the second phase as well. Like, even if we get all the strength gone. It would be nice if we had another one laying around. So this is 12 block. Okay. Oh shoot, I doubled it. Oh no. Whoops. Oopsie doopsie. Ah. About that. Oh, good. We get some mercy. Need to block, though. No, we don't. It's ridiculous. Okay, so you are not weakened. Next turn you'll be buffing. I think if we just leg sweep, we're largely fine, right? That's, well, maybe. There's a lot of damage coming in. I'm not going to run the numbers. I think we're about there. Yeah. See, sometimes you just know. So with no catalyst, we'll go ahead and do our Piercing Wail this turn. I think we want to do it last. So that would mean playing 5 cards, basically just for the lulz. So burst, dodge, and roll, Piercing Wail. Basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to 1. We could just skewer. I'm getting greedy. I don't even want to take 1 damage right now. So we don't have a lot of block coming around, but we do have Wraith Form. Like, we're close to just being able to panic button Wraith Form for 4 turns and win. Don't think we choose to take any damage here. Oh, Ornamental Fan. Never mind. Did not need to play that defense. Yeah, the run still has legs. I think we're doing well. Next turn, we can play 1 card. May just end up being Wraith Form. We'll see. Oh, panic button, nice. Yeah. It does mean we take chip damage, though. Maybe that was wrong. No, we have After Image. Never mind. We're fine. Yeah, this one is going much, much, much better than my runs that were going on earlier today. But the Silent is certainly my strongest character, so it's not too surprising either. Nice. Windows, not now. Whew. No viruses, guys, don't worry. Well, this fight's a problem. How do we deal with these cultists? Surge Splurge. Thank you for the follow. Oh, you and me both. You and me both. Perfectly sums up how I feel here. Like, we do have the skewer. We do have potions. I mean, to be honest, this might have been our preferred fight over Donu and Deka, since they scale so fast and we so don't. Does that actually help? For the first time ever? The Cunning Potion actually doing something? Yeah, it's not that bad. I kind of like it. It's, you know, it's not necessarily better than a Fire Potion unless you have +1 strength or something like that. So I don't really understand its place outside of proccing relics and stuff, but it does do that, so it's not too bad. 430. I need a big concentrate turn to come around. Still in search of Crippling Cloud. This whole time I've been asking for Crippling Cloud. It has not come my way. Okay. Use one of our 2 piercing whales. We'll save the second one. Same idea as the time eater. We'll wait until it's transforming and then use the piercing whale. Classic strategy. Please go away. Okay, well, we have enough block. So I'm going to get rid of this parasite so we can draw additional stuff. A bird is on 11 effective HP. So if we were to first Deadly Poison and then Survivor, like, we have a pretty good turn there. First Deadly Poison, Survivor, we can neutralize Big Bird over here. You're at a panic button. Wait for... Oh. There it is. Okay. And then there was one. I guess we do have Survivor again to get rid of this Parasite, but been a small issue so far. I think just based off of the sheer amount of block and stuff that we have in this deck, and the +3 dexterity that we're on right now, like I'm pretty sure the rest of the fight should be autopilot, but I don't want to get too cocky about it. Yeah. Okay, set up this turn with Blur to do something other than block, but no such luck. I'm also trying to use our defend pluses so Warp Tongs can hit the rest of them. I guess we're finally at capacity. I think all of our defends are upgraded now. Work on hitting our burst, you know, or skewer. Something useful. Not Masterful Stab would be great. I don't want to be too choosy, but okay. So we should be there next turn. Yes. So we will say goodbye to that +4 strength with our Piercing Wail here, and then just kind of... Oh, Blur is actually amazing. Wow. I was going to say, let's see if we can dump our hand to make room for something else, but no need. We'll just block for 50 this turn. I'd hit Predator. Or Dude? Yeah, I like that Burst Bouncing Flask is somehow paved the way to make up for the lack of Crippling Cloud and Catalyst in this deck. You know. Will it work on the hearts? Well, maybe. We're not there yet. Gotta get through this bird with arms first. You know, they've increased a lot of animations in this game, but I don't think they've increased the animation on Bouncing Flask yet. They may want to put that on the list. It takes a minute, you know, when you're bursting things. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out if we actually need the catalyst or not. Found the other void. Good job, bird. Go on to the Act 4 elites here. No preserved insect. We do have a Runic Pyramid to deal with turn 2 on them, but still no Crippling Cloud, all that stuff that I was talking about. We're missing it all, really. Got 88 whole Spire bucks to somehow find what we need in this shop. Shackles plus. We have 2 deadly poisons already. I think we'll just do a potion. Call it good. Okay. Act 4 elites with a very kind turn 1 for us. Dark Shackles is like my cat. In some ways, it is. Yes. We'll probably end up using our Dex Potion here. We'll wait till we take some damage so we get full value from Toy Ornithopter. This kind of works out because we'll also proc Centennial Puzzle for next turn too. So that's nice. We could... probably should do this Piercing Wail. Yeah, we'll do one. Whoa. That's a lot of cards. Okay. Ancient Pot is actually pretty nice for the art fight. Decent block, decent block. Draw 4. It's dumb. I did that in the wrong order. Dang it. Ruined. Yeah, you caught it. I did that in the wrong order. So now, first hits Concentrate, which is garbage. I think we still do it, though. Still seems worth. A secretly optimal order. A FirstDane story. Sums up my entire Slay the Spire experience. How'd you get so good? I don't know. Okay, there goes our blurs. We don't have a lot of poison down. I wonder how that happened. That said, I still think we're doing all right. The shield is dead in basically 2 turns after this bouncing flask. Nice. We are pretty safe just to play Panic Button into Wraith form if we want to. We don't really do anything useful this turn, though. And we can just full block. You can also panic button blur. Sure. I can really tell that it's getting late. It's been a long day, man. I had work this morning and so on. Oh god. Oh, jeez. We'll see. It's not like. Oh, pick one? No, we don't, because of intangible. I don't know. I don't think we're quite doomed yet, but I'm doing everything in my power to make that a reality. I don't think we do that. Right? We discard 4. We want to keep first. But then we can't do anything. Oh, what do I mean late? What is it? 5:30 there? Something like that. All right. Oh, good. We picked up the boot. Oh, good. I'm glad you could make the show, because it wouldn't be a Slay the Spire run without an Act 4 Elite boot pickup. Cancel another dash. I don't think I want it. All right. The boot? The boot will help kick this heart's ass? Sure hope so. Our opening hand is pretty okay with Bouncing Flask and a Poison Stab. I don't really feel the need to use our Gambler's Brew here. We do want to use the Ancient Potion, so if I take a hit or two from Beat of Death, it's not so bad. Oh, nice. We could play Neutralize for the boot value. That is a thing. No, we'll play Neutralize next turn. We're going to try to hang on to as much defense as we can, including keeping backflip for next turn too. We could play Meme Stab here just to get it out of our hand. No, we're playing Deadly. Never mind. So the Artifact Potion on the heart blocks the Vulnerable debuff. So this turn we're only getting hit for 45. So we can just neutralize, and then we'll be doing a fair amount of block basically. Oh, also leg sweep. Nice. It looks like Skewer got upgraded, unfortunately. Go ahead and backflip. Or we could also just do our Gambler's Brew. Like, we could Gambler's Brew away, Skewer, Masterful Stab, these unupgraded defends. Also neutralize. We have another leg sweep coming around. Yeah, this is a pretty good Gambler's Brew. Yeah. There's always the risk there that we drew Void. But we are just fine. We could wait to burst Bouncing Flask by doing something like a... That's stupid. I'm gonna say we could like backflip Acrobatics. It is slightly more block, but I think we just want to get the poison down for now. We did lose Toy Ornithopter value though. Which is maybe relevant, probably not. Close enough. And hang on to our Piercing Wail for a future turn. I think the biggest problem we have right now is that we don't have a way to remove these artifact charges, and we also don't have a way to remove them coming up, so we won't be able to use our Piercing Wail. Whoops. Maybe backflip? Maybe a Piercing Wail? The rest of the turn is Alchemize Predator. Piercing Wail, I mean, it does remove a charge of Artifact, though we just don't have enough. Unless Alchemize gives us like a Fear Potion or something. I think Burst Alchemize is worth waiting for. It is 10 HP. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So if we do that, we can dump Predator and just backflip. Well, we're 2 cards away from Ink Bottle too. Double Ghost in a Jar. That's all we need. We've got it on lockdown. I mean, we have a fair amount of poison down already. We can make it through the next 2 turns without having to do Panic Button or Wraith Form. We're in a good spot. I don't think the damage from Predator is relevant. Maybe those are famous last words. I don't know. Duplication Potion. Okay. We almost have a full block already, and we did not draw into any way to remove this artifact. Dupe the Wraith form, dude. I will when we need to. I think we have to wait for like a bouncing flask, basically. What's worse, wound or masterful stab? Choice has been made. I think we're actually okay to burn a piercing wail. Like, we're good. No, I'd rather have wound. It's the Ironclad, like, wishing us on. Or something. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. I like that a lot. You can't accidentally play wound. True, true. Like, I'm kind of conflicted because we still don't really need duplication potion wraith form. Take 2 here. Well, might have a turn to skewer, actually. $38 is still not a lot of damage. Yeah, I agree. The run is ending in a position that I'm kind of surprised by. Like, I didn't really think we were this strong. I knew the deck was good. Like, it was doing good things for us. But to have it finish this strong is a bit strange for some reason. Sure. Oh god. I caught myself. Don't worry. I was like, burst panic button? No. No. All right. We'll do it out of respect. Wow. GG, my friends. GG. And I'm glad we got to sneak a win out this evening. Cruder, thank you so much for the follow there at the end. Yeah, that was solid. I've been doing the boss relic swaps on the Silent for the last week or two, and like not surprisingly, my win rate on the Silent has gone up substantially. Getting a curse key that early? Sure. I mean, 4 energy carried us through a few, like 3 elites in the first act, I believe, and got a runic pyramid on 4 energy, and then just happened to pick up an astrolabe. By the end, all of our strikes were gone thanks to the astrolabe, and I think we got the I forget the name of the event, one where you can get jaxed or get mutagenic strength or whatever. Oh. Geo the Flow, thank you as well for the follow. Yeah, there's nothing like starting the game with a bag of prep, but I find that the Ironclad, like a core mechanic to the Ironclad, is largely trading HP for greater benefit. So when you lose Burning Blood, it's kind of a double negative, whereas the Silent starting Relic is, I don't want to say just 2 cards on turn 1 because I know how good Bag of Prep is, but it's just 2 cards on turn 1. Like, after that, then you have 4 energy or whatever, and it's been very good. I'm not saying it's always been good. I had a run where we got a Pandora's Box. That was not so good. Things like that. We had a run earlier tonight where we got an empty cage, and that one also did not go very well, but that's okay. But yeah, solid run. Thanks to the Boot for coming in at the end there just to hang out with everyone here this evening.